St. Cleveland, we are back. Dev Chef, Jeremy Shear, and Nick Wolf. Also, we got the Burning Harlots and Holly and Stevenson in, but now it is time to speak to Karlo from ORBS. How you doing, buddy?
Good, man. How about yourself?
Oh, great, man. It's nice to meet you. And I'll tell you what, as we get into Halloween, but this topic comes up, but I feel lately the whole idea of paranormal and stuff has become so big, and people are really I don't think they're not afraid anymore to tell their stories.
Right.
And now that we have better equipment, we're being able to catch some stuff.
Sure.
Have you? You guys are doing that now. You guys are definitely a big group. Have you seen kind of a notice? How long have you been doing this?
I've actually did ghost hunts back in the 80s. And with my one experience that I had, I actually stopped because we didn't have internet back then. We didn't have all this technology to look up things.
Right.
And it kind of scared me because, I didn't know what I was dealing with. You're seeing an apparition, a full-body apparition sitting there. It kind of caught me off guard.
Right. Can you tell us a little bit about the story? I want to get shivers on my spine real quick.
Well, what actually happened is, as a child, I would see a shadow.
Not Jimmy Shirt groping me either.
As a child, I would see a shadow man walk through my kitchen every morning. It happened around 6 o'clock, and he would head towards the basement. In later years, a friend of mine came over, and out of nowhere he would go, a guy hung himself in your basement. I'm like, are you kidding me? And he goes, no, my dad told me that. I was like, holy shit. He goes, there's a beam down there. Sure enough, there was.
Yeah.
I never went back and really researched it, but I'm just taking his word on it. So I was like, hey, let's do some ghost hunting. Not ghost hunting, but more like ghost watching.
Right, so sit down in the dark and see, right.
So we went to...
Incidentally enough, Shadow Man used to come through my kitchen every morning, too.
Real?
Well, yeah, I used to call him that's Uncle Steve. My mom ended up moving out of town with him. But
that's racist.
But so then, we went to a cemetery out in Olmsted Falls, and we decided to go walk around, see if we'd see anything. And we heard the gravel being kicked around, and I was thinking, oh no, it's the caretaker. Let's get out of here. I don't want to go to jail.
Right.
So it was 5 of us. We got in this car, and he started rolling up, and there was a mausoleum sitting there. And right next to it was a full-body apparition of a nun kneeling down. She was holding a rosary. You could clearly see through her, but you could see every wrinkle on the clothes, and she had the gown. I mean, she had the works, and I was like, holy shit. And I'm thinking, am I actually seeing this? And the dude just floors the car. We're like, holy shit, did you guys see that? And we started talking about it. I'm like, this is crazy. I don't want to deal with this stuff. And so I laid off to about 2008, I think it was.
So it was just it wasn't... It was just a straight of fear. I don't even know if I should be messing with
because,
this.
back then you couldn't do research like you can now. And you never heard stories like you do now. And, to me, it could have been something evil. I don't know.
Right. And back then it wasn't even anyone that had a story. I would say even as early as the 90s even still. You brushed off stories because there was no proof. There wasn't anything concrete. And it was... If something happened to somebody, they'd be afraid to even no, I'm fucking crazy. And
I always just thought it was a side effect of black eyeliner at the time.
It's a taboo subject,
right?
And people back then didn't want to touch on any of that because people think they were crazy, and you still get that today. We get calls. People are like, "Well, do you guys have stickers on your cars? Please take them off because we don't want our neighbors seeing this."
Right.
But most places, like the museums and stuff, are now more open to us. They are allowing us to come in, and investigate.
Because it's a legitimate thing now. The taboo is totally taken away from it. So 2000, you got back involved. Was it because of that, or was it something in your life that kind of?
I kind of looked back at it, and I was thinking, I want to research because now the shows are coming out and everything's more open. So I opened up to it too. And, I started doing a little research on the internet, came across the team ORBS, and, I contacted them, and from there it's been a roller coaster ride since, man. It's been awesome.
You guys have a lot of big things going on. You've appeared on My Ghost Story.
Yeah.
That's on Sci-Fi, or what's...
that's on Biography.
Biography, okay. The Haunted, which was...
Planet.
No, that was Haunted Pets, right?
Yeah. It was actually pets... It dealt more with the family.
Right, and the pets noticing that. Yeah. Well, and that segues into it. And I just really quick when I kind of asked you a question. My parents' house, things have been getting kind of weird. And I think I'm about to lock my mom up in a damn home. So I want to talk to you before we go through the final step and commit her. She never really was the one to say any stuff like that. A couple weeks, our dog really started freaking out. They leave her at home during the day, and like our family room and our kitchen separated by a flight of steps, and they put a gate up. She's been literally leaping over this thing, over the steps, to get to a certain area of the house where she howls and defecates. In that same area of the house, my mom, that would be on, I would say, like the south end of our house, you know. And my mom was doing you can see the living room from the kitchen up there, so they watch the TV from the kitchen. And my mom one day saw a kid standing in front of her, she's like, hey, get out of the way. And it's possible, my brother is albino, so he often gets mistaken for a specter in the right light. But all of a sudden it disappeared in front of her.
Oh, wow.
And then she was doing laundry a couple of days later, and when she does it, sometimes, you know, my brothers and sisters will reach in and throw laundry behind her back into the basket while she's doing it. And she said that she felt someone brush up against her back, and there was nobody there.
Right.
So this goes on for a couple of weeks. My dog calms down, and then now everything's cool and back to normal. Nothing's happened with my mom. Do you find that animals are more sensitive to this?
Absolutely. Yeah, they definitely see more than what we do, and they're more sensitive than we are. I mean, you think about a dog; it could sniff something more 4 or 5 miles away.
Right.
And, you know, their senses
like people's
are really
drugs
strong.
when they're not doing anything wrong.
Right, exactly.
Those dogs are prejudiced.
But you know, they are more sensitive, and they do see more. They feel more. You know, they could feel that energy around them, and that's when they start acting up. And we had the one case in Toledo. It had bunny rabbits.
Right.
And you know, if you ever know anything about bunnies, they thump when they get scared or they're in danger. That's their warning sign.
Wow.
They thump. And these bunnies would start dying on the family, and they took it to the vet. The vet couldn't find anything wrong with them.
Right.
And she said these rabbits would just keep thumping all night, and I think it just scared them to death. And that's when we did the research. We found a woman got killed in the house by the caretaker, and we actually got EVPs out of there. That the name Lisa came out of it. It was kind of freaky.
Yeah, I mean, that
situation.
Wait a minute, there were dead rabbits. This wasn't some sort of old-timey pregnancy test?
No.
Just making sure.
You won't be selling those door to door, right?
Yeah, sure. Yes.
And we didn't find no dead bunnies.
All right. All right.
Now, I have a theory almost, and tell me if I'm completely crackpot about this, that animals and kids, children, that they're young and they're
well, hold on. Let's go back to your mom.
Okay, yeah, all right.
Let's go back to that
She's
story.
losing her shit.
Now, was there anything new that she was doing to the house? Or
no, nothing.
No,
they haven't.
How long have they been living there?
About 6 years now, and they talked to the neighbors. There was no past any sort of.
Which don't mean anything.
Right. I mean, they don't know.
Right.
Yeah, the neighbors don't know
Is
everything.
your mom like an antique shopper? It could be a lot of things. She could have went to a location where if you're weak, a spirit can attach to you. So say, you know, a family member dies, now you're down, and you go to a location that's very active, a spirit can actually attach to you because now you're weak.
My mom is very disappointed in a certain son of hers, so that might have
there
brought
you
her
go.
down.
Bring a whole boatload of them in now.
I went to broadcasting school, Mom. I see a ghost.
But, you know, it could be a lot of different things, the reasons why that spirit obviously just started showing up.
Right.
Too, you know, and
Now, when you do these investigations, like, could it be something? Because I've seen like electromagnetism has a lot to do with stuff. Now, is it possible that it's like if a certain part of the house something was miswired or something, would that possibly cause
Yes.
to that scale?
oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, we go in with meters, you know, the EMF meters, which actually electricians use to find hot wires.
Okay.
Now, we had a family one time, you know, she would claim the kids would have headaches. They would see a lot of, you know, things going on, shadows and everything else. And what we came to find out is right between where they're sleeping, the EMF would just light up, completely go off our meters.
Right.
Now, I don't think anything paranormal is happening. It's they're being affected by the energy of the
Right, because you
live
feel
wires.
it makes you like
Oh, you can
nervous
feel it.
and you feel it's up
Absolutely.
your
You get
spine.
if you're very sensitive, you'll get headaches. You feel nauseous.
I used to get that
You're
at
very
Punjab
sick.
Studios when we recorded this there, and faulty wiring everything.
So it could be a lot of things. It's not always spirits, but you know, when we go into an investigation, we don't go into we go into validate. We don't go to debunk.
Okay.
So if you call me and tell me, hey, there's a ghost running around my base, I'm not gonna come in here and go, all right, you're just seeing car lights going by, every time. We're gonna try to validate what you're seeing.
Are there certain things that people say though that you know that, like, I find a lot of times from watching these shows, so I really know nothing, but I find a lot of times there's people that really have like, when they don't catch stuff, or when the people have the stories, like where the ghost does something personal, or the spirit does something personal, or it's like, you know, and it's usually like, I find the ones that usually tend to yield results are like, you know, noises, or like, or the shadow person, or the orbs, or something like that. Do you know, like, sometimes when you're talking with people, like, does it ever cross your like, nah, you know, that doesn't, like, are there parameters of what's kind of...
Yeah, when we get a phone call, I talk to a client for at least, we do a case sheet. First thing we do is, it's like a 2-hour interview with them. Then I'll continue calling them. And a lot of times, you'll come across people that are sick. You know, I mean, they're on hallucinant drugs and everything else. And they're seeing things where...
They're not there, right.
there, you know, but... You know, you kind of break it down, because now you got the shows, and you got kids calling, hey, I was drinking in the basement, I saw a ghost.
Right, because everyone, once it builds up, everyone's seeing stuff.
You want me to drive out there for that? You know, we try to do serious cases, you know, and if it's serious, we'll help out for sure. But yeah, it's a long process before we even step into a person's house. It's about 8 to 12 hours on the phone, you know, just talking back and forth. And
is it the house things, are those like, as opposed to doing the big places, like, what's the difference as far as that goes?
They're all the same. Family? The houses, I believe, are more active. I mean, you got families calling out, you know, with kids, you know, seeing spirits. I mean, I go to prison, you know, we've done Moundsville Prison. You know, I could tell you it's haunted. You know, I mean, I don't have to go in there and validate anything.
Right.
It's cool, you know, you got the big prison to walk around in and all that, but the houses, you come out with a lot of crazy stuff out of there.
I have a question. What... validates a haunting?
Evidence.
Yeah,
anything you record. I mean, you get personal. I mean, you want to be scientific. We don't use mediums. Okay. Because I think mediums, to me, I haven't found a real one yet.
And I don't know about you, Nick, but I'm very skeptical of mediums.
I think the reason I was against kind of that stuff for a long time is the mediums. Oh, I feel this was an English maiden, so you don't know that shit.
And to be quite honest with you, Nick, I mean, there's the internet. There's the World Wide Web.
God bless
you. Can find anything.
You research anybody.
God bless you with the ability to talk to the dead, and you can't find a way to curb your eating habits so that you can get through a goddamn door. Because these mediums are all they're all dummy hags, let's be honest. And they're all British! Once again, don't trust the damn British.
No, there's some that are not, trust me.
I feel that's turned the tide, though, now with people's perception on it. You have less mediums, although they're still out there, and more shows that are kind of, or people doing it that are more factually based. And this is about the evidence. This is what we got. Not what we heard, what we felt. This is what we got.
You know, I could sit here and tell you, you know, we saw a shadow. I want to catch that.
Right.
And I want to show you what I caught, you know, for you to believe what's there.
Right. And you could have that, you know, your 30 out lined up with that buck there. If you don't bring it home to eat, it doesn't fucking matter.
And it's just a story. You know, just, you know, to me, that's what a medium is, because we've had them in our group. You know, we had one that one day we were just sitting there, and she's like, "There's a shadow." We're all looking over there. There's a freaking shadow over there. Shit, there's one right there. I'm like, all right, so I'm gonna go over there with this recorder. If I can record a voice, I'm gonna believe you. I stood there for an hour. Nothing. You know, and I'm thinking, you know, this.
That's like that Joe Chin guy on Ghost Hunters. I hate him. Every time they turn to him, I saw something. Like, dude, come on. No one else saw something. Grant and Jason have been left alone. Because they beat the shit out of Grant. If they didn't torture Grant, you didn't see anything.
You know, Grant got out while the getting was good. He got the fuck out.
Check and left.
Yep.
And hey, that just opens it up for other groups.
Jason Hawes was so greedy, he's like, fuck it, I don't care if they know it's fucking bullshit.
So you guys have done, I mean, in addition to the shows, you guys have been to pretty much every notable play. And I kind of want to go over the list of things here.
Sure.
Obviously, we talked a little bit. I would get to first the Fantasy. You recently did something at the it was a year ago, at the Fantasy, and you had some really great, because that. Obviously, as anyone in this city knows about the place, it's a huge building. I've been back there before. They've got a creepy-ass basement, tons of corridors, and not to mention the family that owns it are scary as hell. They are Wes Craven's people under the stairs. They come out of nowhere. They ring a bell when customers come through, and they start watering down the Jaeger.
You should have seen us in the dark. We were walking around there.
That would have been nightmarish. So, now, how does that happen? Is it like with these places like that, do they just like shut it down, or I mean?
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll get in touch with them with the Fantasy. We're actually doing an internet radio show there, so we got to know Kat. We asked her, you know, do you ever see anything? And she's like, oh my god, and she just went into stories. I was like, well, you know, could we come in and investigate it? She's like, sure. So, yeah, it was any place we go into, we shut it down. You know, that's the other thing with families when we go in. We did one time, this was before our rules kicked in. We went in and they had a party. They had a ghost hunting party. Now, I just drove an hour to come help you, and you're sitting at, now, I don't have nothing against drinking beer or anything, but you know, we got almost $10,000 in equipment
What do you mean?
in this house.
When you need to be quiet,
When you want to be quiet,
and you know, people drinking are just quiet.
You know, and you know, you got people stumbling around, and they're in a garage having this big party, and I'm thinking, why did I just drive an hour for? You know, and it was killing me. But now our rule is, you know, 1 or 2 family members only. Anytime we go to like the fantasy theater, it's shut down to us only. You know, the owner can be there, but we put them in a location where if they make a noise, we'll know where.
Right, because you gotta. I mean, if you hear something, you gotta make sure there's nobody in there.
So we try to keep them isolated in an area.
So what do you do beyond all the other paranormal groups? I mean, is there something in Pacific that you guys?
In Pacific?
Yeah, I'm sorry. That's where the beer comes involved.
Geography lesson brought to you by Brian from the Virgin Islands.
That's. What do you guys do
Jay, you want to sit over there?
The other paranormal groups?
Well,
I watch these shows all the time, so
I'll give you an exclusive.
Brian, I need something from the store.
Here's an
I'm sorry, man.
That's all right. It's cool.
I'm just asking.
Here's an exclusive. We actually signed a contract with Pilgrim Productions, which is the show that does Ghost Hunters, Dirty Jobs, American Chopper. They shot a pilot in July. They were out here. We actually filmed for History Channel, and then we did a pilot, which the pilot is being shot right now to the networks, and it's about haunted vehicles. Now, that's never been done before. Now, it sounds weird, but
yeah, how does I mean?
Spirits do attach themselves to items,
Objects,
people, objects. Chris, the founder, had a hearse. So one day he was sitting there bored, and he's like, you know, I'm gonna go check this hearse out. So he stuck a recorder in there and started asking questions. He went back and played it back. He got, you know, he asked, "What's your name?" It was a girl, Roxy. And he started getting all these EVPs out of there, and he called me, and he's
sure
like,
wasn't a hooker in the box those nights.
And he was.
Oh, it was Christine.
So he decided, you know, he's like, hey, why don't we start researching this a little bit more? So it's not only cars. We do ships, planes, trains, bicycles. You know, just because it's a bicycle, not saying it's a bike, but it's in that house. Now, why? Say you were driving a bike, you got hit by a car, and
right,
the
why
family
would
brought
you
this bike home. Now all of a sudden they feel there's a energy or presence in this house. Well, we'll investigate not just the bike, but the property too,
right,
and try to prove that is attached.
Because of a spirit, who knows what a spirit is connected to? What somebody was connected to at a certain point. That
like what we did is we actually filmed at a train museum. Now I'll tell you, I've been on a lot of investigations, and we did this cart. 27 people burned to death internally, not outside. I mean, when they pulled the bodies out, they were fine. 2 trains collided, one tip, the steam blew out the windows, and they inhaled that steam.
Wow, so it cooked from the inside.
Yeah, so when they pulled them out, they were totally fine, but the inside we were toast.
Wow.
It's like an episode of Fringe.
Yeah, that's true. Exactly.
Where was that?
That was actually the trains in Cleveland at the Midwest Preservation Society.
Right. Oh, yeah.
That's where we shot the pilot.
Oh, interesting.
And so it's the old roundhouse down in the flats?
Yeah, the B&O
that place is
roundhouse. Yeah,
awesome.
right. I know, yeah.
And you talk about creepy.
Yeah.
But anyway, we went in that train, and the experience, I mean, I wish I had the video with me, but we had the film crew actually filming us, and the people would say the windows would drop anytime you start talking about the train. So we're in there, and Chris walks around the corner, and he's like, who's here? And all of a sudden you hear, boom! Dude, you never seen this is the same crew that does Ghost Hunters. They start running out the thing. I mean, you saw this whole big collision of Ghost Hunters and the crew colliding. And but the EVPs we pulled out of this place is amazing. I mean, it was one of the scariest places I've ever investigated.
EVP is electronic voice phenomena.
It's spirit voices that will record on the recorders.
Okay. And that really, from what I've seen, that's maybe one of the easier things to get.
It's 90% of your evidence. To actually capture something on video is rare.
Right.
Pictures are rare. I mean, if you do, it's awesome. And, you know, I actually got that.
Yeah, well, we're talking. You actually brought some footage, and we, as far as the streaming, may not be able to get it, but on YouTube, our episode, we will have the footage put in. Tell us a little bit about this experiment you guys caught in, which you said, like, basically a kill shot for your industry.
This is the holy grail of all, any evidence that I've ever caught or any team would ever capture. We went to, it's the Lorraine Palace Theater, and next door is the Eagles. It's a 4-story building. It's vacant, and it used to be old Speakeasy. Dillinger the gangster used to come there. A policeman had been shot like right by the doors there. So the guy's like, man, there's all kinds of stuff happening in here. So we're like, all right. And he also wants to do a ghost hunt during Halloween. That's Saturday, October 27th, I believe it is. And he asked us to come investigate it. So we went in, and at first it was dull. You know what I mean? It was like, we were like on a second floor. There's a big stage. It's a pretty cool building. So I was like, let's go to the bar area. So we went up to the bar and we started asking questions. And I turned the corner. Now, there's one room, and then you can see the next room is the big bar.
Okay.
And I have a thermal imaging camera, which reads, it reads everything in infrared.
Right, infrared, so it'd be like glowing orange, anything that
right. So you will know if it's actual person. A person would be orange. That's the heat signature that it's reading. So I pan across this room. I just happen to look down, and I see a person walk by. And I was like, holy shit. And I'm thinking, is this a homeless guy loose in his bed or what? I go, Chris, I just saw an apparition. So we ran in there. We started looking around. There's nobody in there. I go, dude, you got to see this video. So he goes, let's try this. So he laid a flashlight on the table, put the camera on it. He goes, turn that flashlight on. And as soon as he said on, boom, flashlight turns on. And it was crazy. I reviewed that thing like 50 times. I still watch it like every day. It's like
I can't wait. I can't wait to see it.
Awesome.
And the flashlight thing. Now, do you feel that spirits can manipulate certain things?
Yeah, because what we do is we twist the end, so we set it down where all they have to do is tap it, and it works. You'll say, can you turn it on? Yes. Or you mail? Yes or no. It kind of, you communicate with them. It doesn't always work. But
right. Is there automatically like a spike in the electromagnetic? Like if you guys are doing the EMF?
Not all the time.
Like it's not always with the manifestation.
Now, if you could get that, that's great validation because now you got the EMF going and the flashlight going.
Right.
But it doesn't always happen like that.
Okay. So yeah, I can't wait, and we will have this up on YouTube. So that's you guys. Hey, Jason Hawes better watch his shit.
Yeah, I'm ready to take a spot.
Right. Hey, you arrogant fuck. You think you own the market on ghosts?
Yeah.
Shit, it's force of nature.
So wait, you
out
said
with the old, in with the new.
Right.
So you said this was for the History Channel, though?
Well, no, History Channel. What we did is going to be a new series called Fear Files.
Okay.
It's a series. They investigate all the serial killers. And we did the torso murder case.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. Famously,
the Black Dahlia, right?
Wait till you see what we
right
got.
at the end of Elliot Ness's career, it's kind of like his big follow-up in his career.
We actually went to all the locations and investigated where they found the torsos. It was kind of funny because before the pilot was even shot, I got involved with that train museum. It's the Roundhouse. Mm-hmm. And
CJ was there, train museum.
I know all about that.
I was down there, and at that time we didn't know anything about the torso murders case, and the guys there are like, oh, it's something with the torso murder case. I'm thinking, dude, I want to see the death card. That's what I'm after. Forget the torso murder case. And they're like, I was like, why do you believe it's a torso murder? Or why are you guys so involved? He goes, we believe it's a guy riding the trains. I go, what makes you think that? He goes, and these guys, I swear to God, they must have sat down for a year and wrote out these schedules, like how he would come in, because the bodies were all found by tracks, most of them, a few. They had like a sequence of how he would come in, which state he would go to. They had this broken down. I was thinking, holy shit. The next day after I talked to him, I got an email from our production company saying, hey, do you know anything about the torso murders? I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Right. I just talked to this guy for an hour about this. I was thinking, I want to see the death car, and here he's talking about this.
Well, the murderer was never caught, right?
No, never caught.
Because it wasn't a pour, it was like in a hovel, basically, and the cops weren't really focusing.
And he rubbed it in Elliot Ness's face and left like body parts
right under his window.
Yeah.
So we actually went to locations where where the torsos were found. the East 55th St. Clair, the bridge by East 55th, the railroad track.
Yeah.
That's where the head was found of the tattoo guy.
Oh, okay.
We went there and we got some awesome stuff out of there.
Yeah.
So it would be all
Yeah.
shown. I think it's supposed to be coming on around like Halloween time.
What's more dangerous, the ghost hunting there or the neighborhood?
That's what we were worried about. You should have seen the film crew when they were filming.
Hey,
They're like,
we have a ghost! Hey man, my car broke down.
when we were filming, like four girls, black girls come walking by, they're like, hey, they're not gonna rob us or anything, are they? I was like, I think I'm worried about you more than they're worried about me.
No, you still appear like, it's okay, we're ghost hunters.
That's great for another film crew to actually come to Cleveland and be on East 55th. And see
that's
that
good.
shit.
You should have seen them, man. They were
Hey, baby! What you doing? I'm selling weed, motherfucker!
So, Karlo, I want to do a rundown with you really quick. Some local Ohio areas. I want if you've been to them, your opinion of them.
All right.
These are famous, so you got them up on your site and stuff.
right.
Go Orphanage. Is it?
I've never been there. Some of the members have.
I went there maybe like 8 years ago, but I didn't have any. Like,
It's more of a thing people talk about,
I
right?
think it's more of a legend, urban legend, that more than anything.
That's what I think, too.
You know, I think from what I heard, I think the house was actually further away from where everybody goes.
Yeah,
but-
I don't even think it was.
Well, listen, you can put baby powder on your trunk and go past the tracks and then see your own
Every
finger
state,
fucking
every
prints.
state's got one of those.
We're in Helltown. Anything like
Right.
those are the popular places people
Right.
go to, but nothing really seems
Again,
to.
I've never been there, but it could possibly be energy locked up in that area.
Helltown, when I was like 17, 18 years old, was all the
Helltown,
rave. You would go there.
Holy
And,
shit.
Uh-huh.
you know, we saw the old school bus sitting out in the woods and stuff, and it was just, it had a creepy setting, but we never saw nothing.
Right.
Right, it's just
But it was
creepy in
such a
itself.
strong
I heard you
urban
go
legend.
out, right? I heard you go out
I used
there
to go to
now.
all the
People like
abandoned
start
houses.
chasing you away, and
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
I
everybody
don't
is
know
sick of
what
that shit.
you know,
Yeah, it's all
yeah.
done.
What
Neighbors
about-
are pissed.
The Mix 1027,
Mix 1027.
the radio studio. I got these might be like because there's other
I
investigators
think
in
we
here.
actually did in studio appearance there.
Oh, okay, all right.
Anything weird happened? No ghosts. We're DJing, but no ghosts.
Soldiers, Sailors Monument.
Awesome.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, we actually investigated that.
my grandfather's enshrined there, so I mean, there's a
Are you
possibility that my grandfather might
we
be.
got some. Actually, we use it's a radiation detector. It's old school because back in the old days, that's what they used for ghost hunting. And we went down there, and have you ever been down in the corridors? There's tunnels that actually lead to all kinds of areas down. It's really cool. And I think they open it up for Halloween for tours.
Okay.
But we actually investigated that, and we started asking questions about Lincoln. And every time we mentioned Lincoln, we'd have spikes. And then we started talking to the guy there, and he goes, he could have been in this general area, and, you know, obviously people fought for him back then, so,
Right.
you know, they're knowing what you're
They're going to be
talking
spirited about
Right.
it. Some of them gave their lives on his orders.
Absolutely, and, you know, they stored all the weapons down there, so, and I actually heard a woman in one of the corridors, too, and I think some of the families actually stayed down there at one point.
You know? Wow.
Yeah.
And the big one, obviously, the most famous one around here would be the Mansfield Correctional Institute.
I've never been there again.
Okay.
and
I've been there.
Boy, I'm really I did a great job.
I've been there when I was about 8 or 9 years old.
But I'll tell you one thing.
It was still functioning.
What I hear is they enhance your experience.
Okay.
I hear the speakers laying around the building.
So they're getting...
and
Because they do, there's major
and
money
I'm not
getting made
spending
there, I'm sure, by touring.
$75 to go in there for one night to run around with, you know, 50 other people having a big picnic and hearing speakers go.
Right, right.
So that's my opinion on
Is
Mansfield.
that why they say you're not allowed to bring drugs in there? Because they're freaking you out.
I would rather have drugs in there than walk around sober.
sure.
It's not getting boring.
Shawshank, baby. Shawshank.
And I got here the Willis B. Boyer ship.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Awesome.
and this goes into where it doesn't necessarily be a home. It is anything someone's
That's
connected
the vehicle
to.
part. We actually when we did the investigation there, we had the ship to ourselves. We were the first team ever to go in there. And he took us down to the bows of the ship. Nobody's ever been down there except the maintenance guy, and it's always locked up. And dude, that place is nuts. I mean, Chris could tell you a funny story, but I'm not gonna exaggerate it as bad. But I was sitting there, we were asking questions, and I felt something latch onto my ear because I was kind of provoking it. And we were in the captain's den, and as I stood up, you could feel the jolt go down. I was like, holy shit. something pulled my ear, and the way I said it sounded real funny, but he's like, no, that's a spider. I'm like, ain't no fucking spider. A spider ain't gonna pull my ear. But that's when I had my first experience with actually a spirit touching me.
Right.
And but the EVPs. Oh, we were actually in one room. We were doing an EVP session, and the light switch clicked on and off. I was like, holy shit. So we ran around. There was nobody there. We went in that room. We started doing the light switch in the other room did it. So when I went back and listened to the recordings, you could hear a little girl giggling.
Wow.
And you could hear the light switch going off.
I'm sorry, where was that ship at?
The Willis.
Toledo.
Oh, in Toledo.
Yeah, it's awesome. That's an awesome ship.
And I guess the last one, I don't know if you've been there or not, but this one in this city, well, actually, I want to ask you first, because you see different shows and you see their approaches. You know, you have like the Ghost Hunters tend to be more sympathetic when they're talking, and then you have that maniac on Ghost Adventurers, like, "Fuck you, bitch! I'm coming in!" Like, do you find an approach works better? Like,
Yeah.
Is it better to be forceful with the spirits, or
Act like the spirit. Put yourself in their environment. If you go, say you believe grandma's haunting your place, I'm not going to come here and go, hey, fucking grandma! Yourself, you know?
Scratch me, baby!
You're going to be
Get my shirt off!
You're going to be more, easy with it. You know,
Right.
You're going to talk normal, But you go to a prison, unless you hate her. But if you if you go to a prison, you want to put yourself in that environment and become a prisoner and act like that.
Right.
I'll turn you out.
Pick up that soap, bitch.
Oh my god, dude, that's horrible. I pushed the cherry in, bitch. Holy shit.
I don't want to take over the interview, but I have a question in regarding that. What about language barriers?
Yeah, you
Actually, that's a good
Oh
one.
man, there's.
I mean,
We-
especially, with the obvious.
sorry.
You want to answer?
No, I just.
I love you, Brian.
I'm sorry, man.
These guys are diehards.
Right, he is. He
Yeah.
knows this shit.
That's cool.
I'm sorry. I watched a lot of Ghost Adventure, My Ghost Story, and stuff like that, and I really believe in the afterlife. And me and Andy, after band practice, we have our food or whatever, but we always watch what I have DVR'd, and I gotta tell you, man, some of the afterlife shit. I mean, you can't deny it. I mean, there's many things that you see
You can't
as far as
explain.
full body apparitions and some EVPs that are just right on the spot. Like
Yeah,
the ghost-
definitely. And you're like, it gives you
can't
shivers
explain 'em.
over the screen. Holly, what
Right.
was that again? I'm
I
sorry.
wanted to know, about language difference.
Yeah, do you have like
Especially with time.
Samerica?
Yeah, I was going to say.
We did the Wood County Museum out in Bowling Green. It's an old infirmary. We actually went into a German room, and we brought a member with us that spoke German. We're like, why don't you just ask a few questions in German? And we did the English version and the German version EVP session.
I hate that Jimmy share.
We actually got a EVP in German and from that room. So again, you're putting yourself in that environment,
Right.
And for most part, you do get weird EVPs. They could be a different language, maybe something I can't understand, but some are mumbled.
Because that's what it would be like. Would it be considered, an intelligent? But if you don't know the language, you'd be like, well,
Right.
that's just kind of
Pick up a
babble.
phone.
Right.
No
Like,
habla
no.
inglés.
There's actually a bar out here that we're going to be investigating on Brook Park Road, the grill. I just talked to the guy. It used to be
Grillers,
If it's fucking grillers, their food sucks. That's all I have to say.
Here goes our endorsement with Grillers.
Ziggy's Pub and Grill or
what is it?
Ziggy's?
Not Ziggy's. It's something else. It used to be like all kinds of different things before. I can't think of it's something grill now, but
Rack research team.
Oh, Jimmy Shear's getting on it.
so anyway, he told me a story. He's like, I walked in and
Sorry, grillers.
I heard a woman talk to me in a different language. Well, it's in the old Ukrainian neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
So, you put two and two together. We haven't done that investigation yet, but I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, I'm sure Parma, if you could keep that Ukrainian your translator, because there's a lot of Ukrainian spirits here in Parma. I can smell the phantom odors in every apartment building.
I gotta be honest with you. It's so weird because by Thurrow Park, where I grew up in Tuxedo, there is a fucking Jewish graveyard, dude, right across from Thurrow Park. Anybody ever notice that?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, what the fuck? We're not on the east side. The west side.
We do have Jews on the west side. We just have to go pick them up.
They're all dead, Nick. They're all fucking dead.
They got the fuck out of here.
Now you know why
Yeah,
we don't
and-
cross the fucking bridge.
Yeah, and the gates
You
are
killed
open,
all
but
of
no
us.
one fucking goes in there.
So I want to open up really quick. If any of you guys, Does anyone have? Let's try to keep it concise because we have too much time. Any like crazy stories that maybe you'd like to have an expert's opinion on? Anything weird ever happened to any of you guys?
No, if you do get a haunted bike, how the hell do you get rid of the ghost?
Burn it, gasoline and a lighter.
Get rid of the ghost.
Yeah, with like the bell rings with no.
To Timmy's question, do you think residual energy actually lives in an object? I mean,
No, residual. No, a residual. Well, it doesn't
like,
even know that
if
you're
something
existing.
happened to somebody on that particular
Right.
object.
Well, if it was in a car, and say it was a car accident,
Right.
and that spirit
like
is a residual that's driving, and it's doing the same routine over,
Right.
wrecking, then you can't remove it. You can't even communicate with it. You can't even get EVPs from it.
It
doesn't
doesn't
even
matter.
know you're there.
Well, I have a
It's
question
just
about
itself in time.
spirits that are like in
Well, I'm
past.
saying, he said object.
Is there
so
any sort
it
of
would be
maybe, like,
residual if you were to
Theories about there being
dying a
time,
bike or
like
a
dimensional
car.
kind of things. Like when you look at ghosts, is it from a spiritual perspective? Because I kind of look at that, but there's also a whole dimensional thing. Who's to say that some of these people, these Victorian people, aren't crossing over at like a certain point where like time bridges
Right.
because of?
I don't think we're that advanced in the field. I mean, you could ask. Everybody's got a different opinion
Right.
on it, and there's no right answer. We're all looking for the answers
Right.
ourselves. Some people I talk to, like ghost hunters, tell us this.
Fuck
Well,
with
what
that.
makes them know
the expert on
Yeah,
exactly
I mean,
because no one knows. It's
right? Were they dead and they come back and give me these answers? No,
Right.
we're all researching this, and they say there's different planes, and spirits are in those different planes, but I'm not going to sit here and bullshit you and tell you there is. I don't know myself because the research is still going on,
right.
and with the new technology we have, it's just getting more advanced,
All
which
right,
is great.
I have a question. Why did Grant dip out of Ghost?
He doesn't work for him. He doesn't know.
Well,
No, you know what?
we
I
actually
wanna-
know the production company, but
Oh, he's just a dirt here. Brian's digging up the dirt. Nice.
I want to know why.
There's
Did
family.
Jason Hawes have a haunted cheeseburger? I mean, what the fuck, man?
There's family issues.
Oh,
yeah,
was
I
it
think
really?
his wife really wanted him out of there.
Well, because those guys were like they were doing it.
'Cause I
That's the
seen
deal.
it, yeah.
When it blew up, I mean, those guys still had their regular jobs, right? At the beginning, I mean,
Yeah, for a
it
while,
blows
but-
up, and I don't think you could ever expect
They-
to get to the level they got.
But
think
Nick,
they don't even last like a
in
year.
that
Right,
sense, man, there was a YouTube video going around where Grant actually there was a fishing line where Jason.
Right, I saw that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, what the fuck?
Well, you're doing something. Then you
I
have
think
TV
he got out and
production.
said, "You know what, man? I made all the money I could, and I'm out."
Right. Well, and you have pretty TV producers. Once you get big with something, obviously, and you sell your thing out to a company, you're making big money,
Right,
and you have other
right,
interests sticking their noses in. You get on their radar, they start wanting you to do stuff. So I mean, it is TV. It's reality TV.
and what-
Right,
show
you
episodes
want
where
to
they
stay
don't find
relative to entertainment.
Right.
And
what
Nick,
hap-
you're
what
right about
happened to
that.
us
You're right about
when
that.
we actually signed a deal.
Right.
We I can't
And that
really go
was why I
details 'cause
stopped
we're under-
watching the show.
under contract right now.
Right.
But what happened is
Because they never found it.
they wanted
They
us
never
to
found
do
a goddamn
something that we
thing.
really weren't happy
I
doing.
found my
with.
sock I
At this-
lost last
but we
week.
had to do it because it was basically, look, we're spending $75,000 to come out here to do
He
this,
has residual
you know,
energy.
or we're just gonna drop it.
Right.
And what do you say? No. You know,
Right,
and you're
It
kind of.
stinks.
If I had the $75,000, I'd tell them to fuck off.
Right.
You know, but it doesn't work like that. But after we filmed it, it came out really cool. So I think their vision was a lot better than what mine was at that time.
Right.
I was more like protesting it, but it came out pretty cool.
So everything's blowing up for you guys. This is obviously a big Halloween season. Was it the Blue Line Bar and Grill on Brook Park?
I don't think so.
What do you guys have
It's-
coming up as far as like?
The 27th of October, we're doing an event at the Lorraine Palace Theater. I guess we're doing a big zombie walk at 6 o'clock, which is going to be awesome. I love horror movies.
You'll see Steve Eggs there. He'll be there, my buddy.
And
Walking
then
Dead.
they're having the Great Kreshkin. I was telling you
Yeah, Greg
about.
Kresge, yeah, he's
he's
a
doing
legendary hypnotist.
He's doing a show, and I guess he's doing some Halloween shows and make people act like ghosts and stuff on stage. But anyways, after that, we're going to do the big reveal, which you're going to see here. We're going to do
This
that
is
live on
Tussin
stage.
exclusive. We're bringing to you people.
Yeah, it's awesome.
I can't wait. I'm shivering here.
Dude, I
That
get
is a
shivers
really-
just looking at it.
It is the holy grail.
Dude.
Like real deal.
We'll show you.
Yeah,
We'll go
it's
play
beautiful
before you
and
guys. Well, you guys
Holy
will get to
shit.
see it.
But so we're doing that, and then at 9:30 after his show, we're gonna do the reveal on stage, and then we're gonna take groups of people through the Eagles building, through each floor, and do an investigation.
Nice.
So it's gonna be awesome. It's only $5 a person
pull some
for
strings.
That's as much as the Eagles membership is.
that. Yeah. Now I'll drop it like flies.
I want my beer at 150.
Well, Karlo, it's great talking to you, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me,
coming out.
Absolutely.
We will have the footage up on our YouTube version of the show. Burning Harlots. Thanks, guys.
These guys are awesome.
Yeah, check them out.
Man.
October 26th, along with the Dead Enders at Fantasy, and then October 27th, go to
Lorraine
Palace, and the Zombie Walk, the Kreskin Ghost Tours. That's a hell of a Halloween weekend.
Real deal.
I can't
Real
wait.
deal right there.
Yeah.
You got Friday and Saturday all filled in.
Right.
Your weekend is planned.
You're welcome.
Tough scene, Cleveland.
Can't beat that.
All right, well, thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you to our guests here tonight. It's been a great show. We'll see you in 2 weeks. We're going to have, to make up for all the dudes with beards in the basement, we're going to have an all-female show. We'll get some of the ladies that are doing stuff in this city.
How come you booked me on the wrong date?
I know, but we'll bring it back.
Absolute wrong date, Nick!
There's still an
It's all
opening.
gross beer.
There's going to be lots of openings.
Right. So we'll have that back. But yeah, you have a good night. And remember, don't just stand on the sidelines bitching about how things aren't good. Get involved. Be part of it. And be part of Tough Scene Cleveland. Have a good night, everybody.
Hail Satan.
Good job, Nick.
Thanks, guys. You guys.